As we have the opportunity to talk to key decision makers like you with the responsibility for influencing and maximizing efficiency of company operations, we hear about the challenges that you face in dealing with equipment and tool rentals. As a matter of fact, these three numbers that I'm going to put on the board here, they tell a story. $82, $46, $24/15. These numbers tell a story about the need to increase visibility and accountability. They also tell a story about the need to streamline processes and achieve greater cost control and cost reduction in the rental process. 82. According to survey results from the Aberdeen Group, 82% of industrial and commercial firms acknowledge that an increase in rental utilization would result in an increase in operational ROI. In that same survey, 46% of these decision makers acknowledged that they don't even track utilization. $24/15. Based on data that RSC has tracked over the past several years, 24% of rental equipment is past the estimated return date, and the duration of those overdue rentals averages 15 days. Leaders like you share with us how equipment rental is affecting both their short-term and their long-term business strategies. Here's another way to look at it. Today and the future. Our customers tell us about many different factors that currently affect their overall equipment rental scenario. These factors include decentralization. While decentralization is a necessary element for many organizations, decentralized processes presents challenges in a company's overall effectiveness. Varying systems. Organizations have various different systems that they use to manage the rental process. Numerous vendors are enlisted to meet the organization's rental needs. Multiple employees are involved in handling the equipment rentals for the organization. And then the numerous crafts that are involved. There are numerous crafts and they must be provided the right equipment at the right time. What are the results of all of these different factors? Too much, too long, and too complex. Too much, too long, and too complex. Organizations routinely rent too much equipment. Rental duplication occurs, leading to wasted resources across projects. Too long. Rentals often are kept beyond the estimated time frame, resulting in unnecessary past due expenditures. Too complex. There is excessive complexity in rental management. Employees use and develop a variety of different systems, ranging from sticky notes to spreadsheets in an attempt to manage all of the company's rental needs. Some customers tell us about excessive swivel time, which vividly describes how their administrators swivel between computer systems and manual processes in their attempt to manage rentals. The end result of too much, too long, and too complex would be excessive rental cost. It would also be excessive amounts of time spent managing the rental process. And then the worst of all, reduced productivity of their most precious asset, their people who are trying to manage all of this chaos. This process is at best a reactive, fragmented process. The greatest risk is not knowing how this approach threatens future goals and how it threatens your ability to effectively get from today to a desired future level of operational excellence. This is threatened by their equipment management, and failure to move away from the reactive process limits one's overall company growth trajectory. In the trajectory as they're heading from today to the future. So you ask, how do some of the organizations choose to address these equipment rental risks? Well, many do so by looking only at price. The problem with looking at price only is that it only has 1/6 of the impact as the results that you get from truly managing the problem of too much, too long, and too complex. Organizations will look at the price and feel that price is the determining factor for decision making. They seek the lowest line item pricing and perceive advantageous terms as the way to effectively manage equipment rentals. When they continue to manage by price and it only has 1/6 of the process of too much, too long, and too complex, if they continue down this path, their company will fall into the abyss. Companies are choosing to work with RSC because they seek to find a better way to bridge a gap between today and the future that they wish to achieve. They recognize that equipment rental and overall equipment management affects their employee productivity. Employee management and overall project success is also affected here. Only by working with RSC will they achieve their organizational goals. Let's look at each of these goals and how best-in-class organizations are working with RSC to achieve them. The first goal that we'll look at is that of improved visibility and accountability. What if your team had insight into all aspects of the rental process? With tools such as RSC's Total Control, you can have unparalleled visibility, management, and functionality to optimize your rental process. This will help you to reduce redundancies and eliminate late rental returns. And with RSC's management by exception strategy, you can focus on actionable data-based criteria that you define. This will allow you to empower your team to make the best strategic equipment decisions. And some companies are also leveraging the embedded GPS technology to take their level of visibility and accountability to even a higher level. The second goal is that of streamlining the process. What if you had a partner to help you manage equipment effectively? With RSC Managed Services Strategy, you'll have a dedicated advocate that's intimately familiar with your organization, and they'll be intimately familiar with the processes that you have and assist in making sure that equipment needs are met and that they're met most effectively. You'll have the equipment and tools necessary to minimize your maximize, your productivity, and more importantly, you will have a partner in maintaining a safe and effective working environment for every member of your team. The next goal that we'll look at is that of cost control and cost reduction. Cost control and cost reduction. What if you had the right tools and the right strategy to make a substantial impact on your organization's overall equipment costs and ROI? With customized scorecards and key performance indicators that are benchmarked against industry standards, you and your team would be empowered to operate at the highest possible levels of efficiency. You'll have customized data to validate and justify rental decisions across your entire operations, and more importantly, actionable information to make future decisions. Companies are choosing to work with RSC to achieve these goals, and we refer to this overall strategy as RSC consumption management. While this might be an unfamiliar premise, it's a new strategy that companies like yours are leveraging successfully to magnify their cost savings to a level 6 times of that of price alone. And it can only be accomplished by working with RSC. Having the right equipment available and at the right time with streamlined processes that can drive cost savings is really at the heart of our consumption management model. And it actually forms the bridge that takes you from a reactive, fragmented past to a level of operational excellence in the future. If you want to truly align all of these factors, then that is how you will achieve the difference and take your organization from a reactive, fragmented process and move over to a truly proactive, repeatable rental program. It will at the same time replace risk with success and provide you a clear path forward. This is what best-in-class organizations are actually choosing to do. They're combining the power of you and RSC to drive your organization to unparalleled future success. You know, I'd like to go ahead and provide an example of an organization that chose to work with RSC to maximize their equipment rental program. This it's a true story.